Welcome to The Explainer. Listen closely, because today we are dropping a massive bombshell that is literally going to rewrite your entire content strategy. February 1st, 2027, right? Just burn that date into your mind. This is the exact day YouTube is radically changing its monetization requirements. And look, I know this update has already broken the hearts of millions of creators who feel like their dream is just slipping away. But here's the absolute truth about deadlines. They either paralyze you or they propel you. Right now, you've got a massive opportunity. I mean, a really narrow window of time before these terrifying new rules actually kick in. The data outlines a crystal clear survival roadmap for us. So let's explore exactly how to beat the clock and get monetized before those gates slam shut for good. The stark reality is all right here in the numbers. Right now, you need 1,000 subscribers plus either 4,000 watch hours or 10 million shorts views to get into the YouTube Partner Program. But after the deadline, wow. The subscriber count stays the exact same, sure, but the watch time and views required are literally doubling. We're talking 8,000 watch hours, 20 million shorts views. The finish line is moving twice as far away. Knowing that this massive hurdle is coming should absolutely be lighting a fire under you right now. Because if you don't act aggressively under the current rules, the data shows that the mountain you're gonna have to climb just becomes twice as steep. So the clock is relentlessly ticking. You've got a crucial window of just 4 to 5 months right now to lock in your momentum and hit those current targets. If you are actually serious about getting monetized in this super tight window, your era of randomly uploading, yeah, that ends today. You just can't afford to guess what your audience wants anymore. Every single upload from this moment forward has to be a calculated strategic strike. Randomness is the absolute enemy of growth here. A proven strategy is your only path forward.
Okay, let's dive into this, because you are now standing at a massive fork in the road. You simply can't ride two horses with one behind, right? You need to make a firm commitment today. Which weapon does the roadmap actually suggest you choose? Are you going to conquer the long-form watch hours, or are you going to battle it out for the shorts views? To help you make that call, let's just completely strip away the emotion and look at the cold, hard mathematics of both paths. Here's the exact breakdown of the initial decision you've got to make. On one hand, the long-form path requires 4,000 watch hours over a 365-day rolling window. On the flip side, the shorts path demands 10 million views, but you only have a highly pressurized 90-day window to pull it off. Both paths have entirely different demands, completely different pros and cons. Let's start by demystifying that long-form path, because honestly, when you break down the math, it is way less intimidating than it sounds. 240,000. That's it. That is all 4,000 watch hours actually is when you convert it into minutes. Now, think about basic human behavior for a second. If an average viewer stays and watches your content for just 2 to 3 minutes, you don't need millions of people to magically find your channel. Realistically, you really only need about 100,000 total views across your entire channel to hit that 240,000 minute threshold. When you break it down into these highly manageable chunks, 100,000 views suddenly feels incredibly achievable, doesn't it? But honestly, the sheer contrast is absolutely shocking. The 100,000 views needed for long form totally pales in comparison to the towering 10 million views needed for shorts in just 90 days. I mean, that is literally 100 times more views required. Logically, the shorts path looks like an impossible, grueling nightmare. So why on earth would anyone choose that route? Well, hold that thought. The sources actually reveal an exponential, hidden secret to shorts growth that makes that towering goal a whole lot more attainable than you'd think. We'll explore that shortly. But for now, let's focus on exactly how you secure those 100,000 long-form views. To guarantee those long-form views, the data points straight to the outlier method. And this multiplier brilliantly illustrates the whole concept, 24.2x. This massive number is a vidIQ score representing a piece of content that got over 24 times its channel's average views. Think about viewer behavior here. If a channel normally gets, say, 1,000 views, but then one specific upload randomly gets 50,000 views, that's an outlier. It did something wildly right that all the others didn't. The topic itself holds magnetic power, completely independent of the creator's actual subscriber count. The roadmap outlines the exact step-by-step skill tree to actually leverage this. First, you've got to find nano or micro creators in your specific niche. We're talking channels with maybe 1,000 to 100,000 subscribers. Second, look through their content and spot the high outlier scores, those 5x, 10x, or 20x multipliers. That's your proof that the topic is incredibly hot right now. Third, add those to a private playlist, analyze exactly why they worked, and then, here's the magic, recreate that idea with your own unique spin. You're no longer guessing. You are literally executing based on mathematical proof of success.
Which brings us to an absolute strategic masterstroke. Use existing attention, don't create it from scratch. This right here is the core philosophy of the trend jacking strategy. Seriously, why exhaust yourself trying to build an audience from absolute zero when millions of people are already actively searching for specific, highly engaged topics? By aligning your content with what's already trending, you effectively siphon off that existing traffic and pipe it directly into your own channel. Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. If your niche happens to be YouTube growth, you trend jack massive names like Algro or Manoj Day by doing deep dive channel analyses on them. Entertainment, you analyze someone like Mr. Miko. General niche, you hijack trending news, viral products, or big events. When you explore a subject like Manoj Day, the algorithm naturally shows it to the millions of people who are already obsessed with him. Even if you literally have 0 subscribers, the viewer clicks because they care about the subject, not necessarily because they know you yet. You are essentially hijacking the algorithm's traffic. It's brilliant. And once you start getting that traffic, you immediately trigger the double down strategy. Identify your top performing concepts, the ones the algorithm clearly already loves. Then create direct part 2s, recreate them using a completely different visual style or a fresh angle. But most importantly, build a continuous, binge-worthy series. See, when you cluster successful topics into a series, human psychology kicks in and a natural viewing habit takes over. People just naturally want to complete the set. They start binge watching and suddenly they're rapidly eating up those required 4,000 watch hours while you're literally fast asleep. But to really maximize those hours, you need what's called value add stretching. Obviously, the longer your content is, the faster you hit your goal. So you want to aim for 8 to 15 or even 20 to 30 minutes. But, and please listen to this critical warning, do not just talk slower or use boring filler content. Viewers will sense that drag instantly and they'll swipe right off. Instead, you have to go deeper. Add a highly valuable mistakes to avoid section at the end of the explainer, for example. You're intentionally optimizing for watch time by genuinely increasing the actual value density of the content, which absolutely locks in that audience retention. Okay, now what's really interesting here is that this next concept completely flips our previous logic right on its head. Let's pivot back to that terrifying 10 million views requirement for the shorts path. If you primarily create short-form content, please do not panic and completely change your strategy to long-form right now, because the algorithmic nature of shorts is entirely different from long-form content. The secret magic word here is exponential. Look, while 10 million views in a tight 90-day window sounds like an insurmountable mountain, you've got to understand that shorts growth isn't linear at all. It's explosive. A channel can seriously struggle to get 5,000 views a day, and then out of nowhere, one single viral short easily pulls in 2 to 3 million views in a matter of days. Just one hit completely changes the math. You aren't painfully grinding for 10 million individual clicks. No, you're hunting for 3 or 4 massive algorithm explosions that literally carry you directly across the finish line. But let's be real, no short goes viral by accident. The algorithm is ruthlessly measuring exactly 2 hidden metrics to decide if your content explodes or dies: viewed versus swiped away, and audience retention. Are you grabbing their attention in that very first millisecond, or are they instantly swiping past you? Are they staying totally engaged until the loop restarts? Mastering these 2 behavioral metrics is the absolute key to algorithmic virality. And honestly, if you aren't optimizing for them right now, your 90-day window is already closing. So the real question is, do you know exactly how to manipulate these metrics to your advantage?